G'day everyone, and welcome back. So we got into a bit more in-depth on the Eagle Eye 9 today. Had a little bit of a request for that, so yeah, just if you're interested in it, it's a pretty good product, eh? For the money they want for it comparatively to the big names. Yeah, you get less, but you pay a lot less too, and you still get a fair bit of the functionality. For the water we fish here and the depths we fish, it's pretty much perfect. And yeah, obviously it's not catching a small fish because, you know, it doesn't put the bloody fish on the hook. You do get to see how they react. You also get to see if there's zero reaction, that they're probably mullet or bait fish or whatever. So we're finding that fairly useful. If anyone's interested in that, there'll be a bit of an in-depth in this video. So enjoy that, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Catch ya.
Here we go. Look at this.
Well, that's fish one. Oh, that just got a bit bigger.
Yeah, right.
It did. What if it's foul hooked?
Yeah, foul hook, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, look out. Better bring that one. Ooh. That looks like quite a good brim, actually.
Solid.
Might be the sea brim we've been looking for.
Yeah, some of those big boppers.
He's not small, that one.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, nice one. Another good brim. Now they're good when they pull that out.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. That's quite a nice one.
You're right, they are just literally underneath us.
Score a little shit together in front of us there.
That was literally under the boat.
Yeah.
Flathead.
I don't think that's what they. Oh, I wonder if it is a school of them.
Nah. You wouldn't see them like that, I don't think. God, there's a lot of fish there though.
Oh, they're fucking swimming around. Chasing a bit of bait.
Dickhead. Oh, they're chasing it though. Oh, there we go. That's a better fish.
Yeah. Okay. Might be a GT. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's where the G. That's why.
Mid column, there you
I
go.
thought the GTs might be here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, on the lightest gear too, great. Oh, is it? I don't know if it's a big eye or what. No, I think it's a GT.
It is a GT.
Yep.
It's got one more circle.
Nice work. Interrupted his circle work.
Yeah.
Nice little GT. There we go. That'll be what we're after.
Dewey.
No, wish it was a bloody Dewey. The other thing we're after. Yeah.
Anything other than Dewey.
Yeah.
Same model as the last one.
It's, better than the poke in the eye. A few more would be good. Put it in pretty well. See you, bud.
Yeah, I saw that. I just looked up at just the right time.
Only brim.
Rainbow. You're the brim king today.
Oh, mate. Can't get enough of them.
You can't. What about a couple in the 40s, mate?
Yeah, well that's the problem is, seems to be about a 32 limit on them today. It's a nice colour.
It fished for me pretty good the other day, but
Yeah.
I should really adapt and change when it's necessary, and today could be. Oh, he said as he hooks up again. What the hell's that? It's just a brim. Did you see it looked brown? It must have been because the sun was on it. I thought that's a little jack or something, I thought actually.
Yeah, there's a little finger mark or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was none of the above, mate. Oh, there we go. Oh, that feels good too. That's a GT. That's a GT for sure.
Where's your circle work?
There we go. Thank you, Squire. You act a bit different when you wrench them in like that.
You're right next to a fish, mate.
Yep.
Here he is.
It's a better lizard.
A brown fish.
Yeah. Not too shabby that one actually. Well and truly, mate. That's a take home if I was that way inclined, but maybe not today. Yeah. Easy 40s to fish that one. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Yep, still hooked. It's gone. Oh no, it's a tail. Got to be a tailer.
Yeah.
It's a mental case, man. No way he's going to stay on, I don't reckon. Yep, tailer, good fish too. Yeah.
Jeez, you made me work for it.
Thank you, mate. The low 40s maybe. Psycho. You can tell they're small. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a bit better, actually. That's a good fish, actually, that one.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. That's a nice brim, that one.
Whoa, yeah, he's mid-30s.
It'd be early. Nice fish. Good solid fish. Yep, quite a nice one, that one. See you, mate.
Can't get North Beach pizza anymore, so that's...
Oh, geez, he climbed on that too. Oh, a lizard.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lizard. Did the old bass special on you. You probably get pinned pretty hard through the bloody top. Thank you, Psycho. Oh, yep. Another lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Good fish too. Bloody hell.
There you go.
Probably really just about shouldn't lift that one.
40s, maybe 50.
Not a bad lizard, that one. Got a freezer full. Is it another lizard Brett just caught? There's quite a few fish sitting there on the bottom, eh? See them moving there.
Moving towards us here, these ones.
Yep. Quite a lot of movement at the station there this morning. Pretty hard to gauge size. We think they're mostly smallish brim, but there's
they're milling around there, so they're looking like they're looking for stuff coming down the current. So I guess we should give them something to eat. It's probably way more useful anyway. We got him on there? Yeah, we do. That's him.
That's him on the screen.
That's pretty cool.
Good brim.
Not bad. Not the big sea bream we're looking for, but I'll take it. See you, bud.
I don't even think that's...
Mad looking bit of structure. A few fish singing around there. Oh! Well, he must have jumped straight onto it. Oh, he did. That's probably a tailor. He literally jumped straight on that. It is a tailor. Had to be, didn't it? Ah, you bar. We got the DJI. We can charge it on the fly. Try doing that with your bloody GoPro. Definitely some fish there. A reflection of your head. I guess we start at the bottom. So what have you done here?
That's a scooter hinge mechanism.
So that's like an electric scooter, yeah?
Yeah, but they're the same as any of those little scooters that have got a hinge type thing. It's just to use the actual hinge and locking mechanism.
So that's all anodized metal or alloy?
No, it's just there's a bit of alley in there, but mostly steel that I've just painted up.
Yep. So I have to keep an eye on that, I suppose.
We're not super
over time. Yep.
Yeah, but it'll be fine. And then
and the whole pole situation.
The pole's part of it. Just the outer part of the pole.
Okay. I'm starting to see it now. Actually, yeah, I get you.
And then I just had to make an attachment for the ram mount base.
Yep.
And then this is bolted through with threaded rod.
Oh, right.
Through to the bottom, because it's the only way to actually attach that round puck to the top of a tube.
Yep.
There's other ways, but that was the easiest way to do it. So it's just a bit of stainless threaded rod going all the way through.
And you got the stripper pole tray here, which is version
tray
like 3 already.
Put your dollar bills on there. And
pretty good. And the ram mount.
Stick your bourbon and coke in the.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a Temu, like a $12 Temu tray. Standard B size, C size ram mount.
Yep.
C size ram mount, and then that's just a bit of poly, 25mm poly, just so.
So just for that, that's to create a handle. Okay.
That's just so when if you want to kind of reposition it a bit easier, rather than trying to grab the.
Good thinking.
The screen and stuff. So
obviously the standard LOWRANCE mount at the top of that. That comes with it.
Yeah, that just bolts. I already have.
They're a good mount too. I like the way they do. And you got the Burley Pro visor, obviously. So.
Yeah, I put the visor on. The issue with the visor is you can't access your card, so I've just put a hole through there, so you can actually try and get your little card in and out when you download your Vision.
Yeah. Nice. So full function sounder.
Full function sounder. So it's basically, oops, hang on a second, I don't know how to use this.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I do that on mine all the time. I have the
there we go.
The previous model in the 7-inch.
So sorry, go back out of there. So yeah, it's full.
Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
Standard sonar. You've actually got full down scan.
Yep.
And you can do all sorts of split screens with 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, and you can actually
and then your live
custom
sonar.
do them as well, actually.
Your live sonar there, which is what we're on, and then on the live sonar you've got an option to go between forward
and down.
Down. So it's one of the limitations of this one is it's only a 2 beam rather than a 6, but the actual quality of the array is the same as the higher end LOWRANCE stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, it doesn't really, for an entry level.
For the money, I mean, the bloody
any of the transducers for the other, I get that you get 6 arrays, but
Yeah.
you need the black box, and you got to buy a bloody transducer. It's over $2,500.
Yeah. So
This whole unit's $1,300.
Yeah, the equivalent setup for the Garmin, the entry-level Garmin with the lowest price screen I could get, and everything was about $7,500.
Yeah, and that's live scope, what they call live scope.
Yeah.
But this is an active target. I think Humminbird have the Mega Live.
Yeah, active target is the Lowrance.
Yep,
high-end
that's their
one,
version
yeah.
of. Yep.
So now I've got the depth wrong here, so I'll change the depth back to. So you want your depth to sit at about a third more than you're actually in.
Yep.
Sometimes double. You just muck around with it until you can get it. You just want to use as much of the screen as possible. Try and find a better.
Yep. You can see we're at it's all coffee rock where we are here, so a lot of structure to look at.
Yeah, it's probably not the best place to look at what it can do.
No,
If I just
we'll see more of it as the morning goes on. Whoa! In the drink I go. No.
Go over to a bit more of a flatter bottom.
So we'll have a look at this fancy pole of yours in a minute, but please don't unzip.
So now we're in 5.8 metres.
Wow.
So you can see a bit of bait. Well, maybe, that's a bit of structure there of some sort with a few smaller fish sitting on top of it. Just swinging the transducer around, looking back in towards the shore. You can see
a few fish moving around
popping
there.
up there. You can see it's got a bit shallower the further away from the boat we are there. If I swing out towards the middle of the river, you can see that depth drop away, and a pretty flat, bland sort of looking bottom. There's a few smaller fish there.
Cool.
So you just swing that transducer around it where you want to point.
So they're the settings you got there too: noise rejection low, surface clarity off.
Yeah, so these are
range
the settings that I've sort of been reviewing on the net and trying to get a little bit better. So I've been running 85% contrast, but today it was a bit messy, so I dropped it back a little bit. Noise rejection low, because it's not getting any interference. I can actually turn that off. No, I'll put it on low.
Okay. Yeah, it does make a difference.
Does make a tiny bit of
Cleans
difference.
up that top screen a fair bit.
Surface clarity off, don't really care about that. And then on this screen I can change the palette on here. This seems to be the best palette.
Yeah. I think that all Lowrance have that kind of setup.
Yeah.
You change the colours.
But,
Some colours work better than others. That's not a bad one.
Yeah, that's what I used to use on the side scan and down scan a fair bit.
Yeah,
so it's not a bad. That's not a bad colour either. So between that and the green, I think is probably my pick.
I think we've worked out the green's quite
Yeah.
good at seeing the fish movement and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Seems to work pretty well.
And then your range grid, you can turn that on. It's pointless. It just joins up your lines, so you know.
Gives you an idea roughly how far out and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no one I've ever seen actually thinks it's a good idea to use it.
No.
So, stable view it just stabilizes the view if the boat's rocking.
Okay.
Apparently it doesn't impact the actual quality of the footage, so it's not a bad idea. If a boat goes past or something, you notice it. You notice the bottom move up and down, but you can actually just record everything that you're seeing.
A lot of glare there.
Yeah, so you can see a little record.
Still getting it there too anyway.
Flashing.
Yeah.
But and the file size we've worked out is quite small, so we could actually I got a 64 gig card in there. We could record our 4-hour session, and I think it was only going to take up 15 gig or something.
Yeah,
it was
nothing compared to some of the bloody video sizes we're doing.
So you could leave it on recording all day.
Yeah,
wouldn't hurt. And I'm running a standalone lithium battery, so I've remounted that under the hatch now.
Yep.
Just to keep that voltage up, The
That's
word is that
60 amp.
yeah, the
Kings.
whatever the 60 or
6
65.
kilos of bloody battery. It's amazing, actually.
So they say that these things like a higher voltage, and you get a better image with
Yep.
a high voltage. So the lithiums run, 13 odd volts. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to try it as a standalone. I already had that battery anyway, so.
Bloody good. Awesome. So yeah, full function. You just miss out on side scan. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you've
that's
got
all you're missing.
everything else.
Yeah.
So I think the forward is a lot more useful than the side scan anyway, to be honest.
Yeah. And Lowrance side scan in this level of sound is pretty rubbish anyway.
Yeah. So that'll lead us to the other sounder that's on this boat now.
Yeah.
What about this pole, mate?
That's a
Tell us about
I was
your pole.
lucky enough to do all about my pole. That's a Rob Payne pole. I was lucky enough to pick that up second hand because knew they're frighteningly expensive.
Yeah.
The expensive part is probably this
Yeah,
the ram mount.
there's a lot going on there. So that's C size, is it?
D, I think it
D,
is.
holy crap.
Yeah, it's
okay.
they're like that. Just that ram setup's over $300, I think. So, but like you could make this shit, but you're still going to have to buy that type of setup anyway. So
notice that Railblazer have a setup too that is probably a fair bit more compact, but I don't know if it's any good. I haven't seen one in
they
the
say
flesh.
it's a little bit flimsy.
Yeah, it does look that way.
If you are fishing, we're in heavy current here.
We are.
And I thought this was ridiculously oversized, this pole, but when you actually try to lower it into the water, into the current, you can feel it really push it.
Yeah, and it doesn't bend it because it is what it is. Yeah, okay.
But, I mean, those other ones, apparently they're fine, but people say that they are a little bit light for certain situations, and if you're on a dam, freshwater or something, they're perfect, but when you're fishing tide like we do, it's probably might be better to go for something heavier. The new ones are a bit thinner. They're pretty flash bit of gear, the new Rob Payne ones, but I was just lucky enough to pick this up second hand exactly when I needed it. So
you put that bubble on the top there so you can check when you're level. That's clever.
So because if you don't have that pole set perpendicular to the water, you end up and you go to swing your transducer around, it can sort of
change the angle.
Yeah, it'll change the angle. It'll start pointing up and then pointing down, and whereas if you just set that up perfectly level, obviously it's not at the moment because our fat asses are on both sides on the same side of the boat.
Yeah, copy that.
It just gives you a bit of an idea. So that was a really expensive $2 bubble level from Bunnings.
Simple solution to a problem.
But it worked. It's perfect. Worked well.
Yeah.
I should have splurged and bought the $10 one if I'd have known it was going to work.
Yeah. And just so the transducer's down there on the end of that pole. I don't think there's anything too fancy about that whole setup.
So I've used there's a few different ways to do it. I've used the transom mount setup that comes with it, but there is a side mount type setup. But you've got that's for the trolling motor.
Yep.
But there was no way I was going to put it on a trolling motor.
No, I've seen people do that, but I didn't see that being a pain in the arse as well.
It just doesn't work. You can but there's actually pole adapters you can get to use that, so you can actually clamp around the pole and then use the fitting that comes with it.
Okay.
You get them on Amazon and that, but I set this up because it was what I had that came with it, and it seems to work really well. So
does the job. That's all it's
I'll
do.
just leave it for now.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure that transducer is set perfectly level.
Yeah.
And pointing in the right direction. And it does make a difference because I've tried playing around with flicking one click either way, and it does do crazy things. Yeah. So you really do.
So obviously a bit of fiddling around, which is pretty normal of any bloody sounder setup anyway. So very good. Now all we've got to do is make it catch us fish.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Righto, let's move on.
Righto. So this is the other sounder that's on the boat. It's the Eagle 9, full function with side scan, but no forward facing sonar. Good unit. Got everything, the maps, the whole bit. I have the model before and the 7-inch. Pretty good. For the price, you can't beat them. Not as pretty to look at as a Hummingbird, but a hell of a lot cheaper.